Okay everyone, so in this next lesson we will talk about how we can use the anchor element so that we can link to external pages or websites and even to internal sections of our landing page here. So let's say I'm your client and I'm telling you, okay, I would want you to go and make it easier for my users to navigate to the table of contents. So I would want to have a navigation here that can be linked to the table of contents so that my users can easily read through the titles of my original stories. So this will be a good way for you to simulate that I'm your client and I'm communicating to you that I want to add some features to the project that we are building right now so that it will be easy for my users to navigate inside of my website. So let's simulate that this is a communication between you and me as your client, and I'm telling you to add additional features inside of the website so that this will be a simulation that is a very common thing that you might encounter in the future as a future web developer, from where you will need to communicate with your client with regards to their needs. So we have here the A tag that defines a hyperlink, which is used to link from one page to another, and the most important attribute of the A element is the href attribute, which indicates the link's destination. So you will see here that these are some of the default values. If it's unvisited, it will be appearing as underlined and blue, as we can see here. And a visited link is underlined and purple, and an active link is underlined and red. We can see here that there are some notes here that says that if the A tag has no href attribute, it is only a placeholder for a hyperlink. A link page is normally displayed in the current browser window unless you specify another target. And we can use CSS to style links, CSS links, and CSS buttons. And we have here the attributes and their descriptions. I would suggest that you try to run through the descriptions here, but we will focus on the href attribute that we use for specifying the URL of the page the link goes to. So we can also see here some of the default settings. So we can see here that most browsers will display the A element with the following default values, and we have the pseudo classes here. We have the link state and the visited state. So we can see here that the color value is internal value, text decoration is underlined, cursor auto, and here we also have the linked active and visited active states here. So if we go to the other documentation here, it says here that the HTML element or anchor element, through the use of the href attribute, can help create a hyperlink to web pages, files, email addresses, locations in the same page, or anything else a URL can address. Content within each A tag should indicate the link's destination. So I suggest that you go through the attributes also here, the definitions here, and I just want to specify here the, let's see here, let's go down here, the accessibility option here. So we have here interactive elements like links placed in a close visual proximity should have space separating them. Spacing helps people with motor control issues who may otherwise accidentally activate the wrong interactive content. So we have here a good article about users who have problems with hand tremors. I would suggest that you try to read this so that you can also keep this in mind when you're designing your navigations or some of your links. So we can see here that there's a video here with people who have problems scrolling and accessibility problems. So you can also watch that. And the simple solution that was given here was that it will be helping if there was just a little bit of space between each touch target in the list, like this. As you can see here, if we will be designing the site for mobile devices, I would suggest that you try to read through the article here. So now guys, I would want to go and start working with the hyperlinks that we have here while using the anchor tag. So let's go to our code editor. So we can see here that we have 3 anchor elements and we have href attributes inside of them with a value of a hash symbol. And this is what we call a dead link. And we usually do this because we want to add an anchor element to our website before we know where they will be linking. Now what I want to do here is to go and use the broken vertical bar here on our keyboard just beside the anchor links text here, and then shift plus the broken vertical bar so that there will be some space here. And then I would want to also go and copy this and create two more links that will be related to the table of contents. And I would also want to have a stories section in our website, and I also want to go and make this small letters, and this one will be home. Let me save that. Now I want to add a class name for each of the anchor elements here so that we can go and use that class name to reference and apply some styling for our anchor elements on the header section. So let's have header links. Now let's go to our header section and try to style that header links here and give it a color of white and also a padding of at least 3 pixels for now. So let's go to our project here and see what it looks like now. So there you go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 navigation links using the anchor elements. Now we want to remove the background color red here, so let's go back to our code editor here and then look for the source of that, so we can see that we have the list element here that contains the background color. So let's go and save this, and I want to transfer this to the top here. Let's li. Now let's go refresh our browser and check what will that look like. So we can see here that it's not turning into color white, so let's try to go and debug that. What could be the possible reason why it's not working? So let's go try to select this and let's try to check if okay, so it's not highlighting the class names that we have here. So that means we made a mistake here, or I made a mistake here. So I only use single dash or underscore here. Let's save that and let's see if that will already work on our browser. Okay, so there we go. We now have our white colored navigation links using the anchor element. So in the next lesson, we will try to remove the underline here. We will be removing those underlines in each of the anchor elements that are showing up as a text decoration, okay, based from the default CSS settings that we have here. So thank you guys. See you on our next lesson.